I think Mercari is really just broke right now, and they're just trying to make sure they can get all the money that they can from people. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be doing a ship with me, and I'm going to show you guys what sold yesterday and what also sold this morning, and I'm going to talk about the date that I purchased it, how long it sat, how much I paid for it, what it sold for, and how much I actually profited from the item. If you think you might be interested in something like that, please stay tuned. Alright, so the first one is a brand called 𝕃𝔸𝕊𝕋. Never found this before, but I saw it and I thought that it was in excellent condition, so I thought I'd go ahead and pick it up. It is like a formal gown, or an evening gown if you will, and this one sat for a really long time. I think I initially had it priced too high, and that's why nobody got it. But what I end up doing is once I changed my pricing structure on eBay, it actually sold for my full asking price, which had no real option not to. So yeah, I picked this one up in August of last year and it actually just sold. So this one sold for $18.99, and of course, just a side note, I don't pay shipping. So these actually sold for $18.99 and I paid $105, so I made a profit of $15.97 after fees and cost of goods. I think I would pick this brand up again, and I would make sure that I don't price it too high so it won't sit for as long as it did, because 6 months is just wild. Anyways, so this next one is a pair of J. Crew shorts. These are just like some swim trunks. I picked these up also in the summer. I don't even know if this was like the same Bands Day, but I picked these up, July 29th, so almost a full year. And they actually finally sold. These were relisted so many times, and y'all won't believe how much I actually sold them for, which is a price that I put items at where I'm just kind of like, I'm overseeing these, so I want them gone, but I would only do that in my eBay store. So these were priced at $4.99 and I paid $1.09 for them, and I profited $3.66, which is pretty tragic. All right, so the next one is actually this sling bag from Kavu. Honestly, y'all, if I got this from the bins, yes, 100%, I do think it'd be a great pickup. However, I actually got this from a regular thrift store, and at the time I did pay a decent amount, which was not a lot, but since I average out my cost of goods per item, the price went up, of course. So it was actually $5.55 that I paid for this instead of, I believe it was like $2.99 or $3. So this actually sold for $14.98 on eBay. Why am I a hot mess today? Now my tape is running out. Lord Jesus. But anyways, yeah, so after all of that was said and done, I took home $7.85 off of this bag. I don't know. I'd probably pick it up again at the bins for sure, because it did get a little bit of attention. All right, so the next one is a pair of men's Lululemon shorts. I got these from a regular thrift store. I was so happy when I found them, only because I have dubbed that men's wear for Lululemon does so much better than women's wear. And for some reason, I had it in my mind that these would have sold in like a week of me listing it, which, come on, girl. But they eventually sold on eBay for, what, $31.49. So with that price point, I have them priced at a probably $34.99, and I sent out 10% offers, because that's what I'm starting to do now. Like, I know I will talk more about it in my June recap, but I changed my pricing structure, so now I send out very low offers, and a lot of people actually accept them because the price is already good, so that offer is just better. So I paid $7.52 at a regular thrift store, and I made a profit of $20.03 off of these. I don't think it's bad. I'm cool with that. That's pretty much around the price point that I would want for each item that I pick up, but I know that that's not likely all the time because we do have filler items for that very reason. Ironically enough, this one sold, and then right after, the second pair of Lululemon pair sold. So these are just some Lululemon men's shorts as well. It is different buyers, and I think I paid a little bit more for the other pair than I did these. These were actually located in the women's section, and I was really surprised because this particular location does mark up items, and they did mark this one up, especially since they know the brand and they know the logo. But this one also sold on eBay, which I, thought was very, not necessarily odd, because it's like I've been working toward trying to get my eBay sales up and get the number, a little bit higher, just so I can pretty much put it on that level of Poshmark. But sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. All right, so this actually sold for $26.98, and by that price point I know that I had just relisted these because I have done some different. So anyways, I sold them for $26.98, and I paid $5.55 for them. So I made a profit of $18.29, which, like I said, it isn't bad. Anything close to $20 per item in net profit, I would absolutely love. All right, so the last thing to sell on eBay was these Judy Blue pants. This one was a little bit of a flop for me, only because when it comes to Judy Blue, I feel like a lot of us have talked about her, and I don't think she's on a decline at all, but I do think that a lot of people know about her. So a lot of people that once passed up this brand is now picking it up, and now it is sitting for a lot longer than I would like. And by a lot longer, I just mean like a couple of more days, possibly weeks. This brand is still a great bread and butter. However, these were cheap sold because I noticed that they weren't getting enough attention. So I kind of just put them at a competitive price just so I can get them out the door, because that's pretty much how it goes at this point with me. Did not get these from the bins. I actually got these from Salvation Army, and for some reason I was really happy when I found them at Salvation Army, because I hadn't picked it up in a long time. So when I saw it, I was like, oh hell yeah. However, it's a oh hell no. So these actually sold for $17.99 full asking price, and I paid $7.29, and I made a profit of $8.72. For some reason, when I pick up an item from a thrift store, it's a little bit more of a profit margin that I have to make for that item to make it worthwhile as far as like the money into it. $7 is absolutely not a lot of money. But if you think about it, $7 and you have, inventory amount of 300-400, items, it becomes a lot. But if you are paying, a buck like me for an item at the bins, then you're okay with it. All right, so now we're gonna move on to Mercari. The first one is this Lululemon like knit cardigan. I actually got this at the bins. It was giving very much so new without tags. It still had the rip tag on it, which I was really surprised that it was even passed over at the bins. This is one of those sweaters that is like, I want to say 5 or 10% cashmere, and I listed this and it actually sold within 2 days, and of course it got attention, but I had it listed at $65 because I generally want to list my winter items a little bit higher, just because I know that I'm going to end up relisting them and like maybe dropping the price on them. So I'd much rather just list them a little bit high. But anyways, this person actually came in and sent me a offer, which was, probably the lowest they can go when it comes to Mercari, because y'all know that Mercari kind of caps people out with the amount of offer you can send, which I believe is 25%, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what they sent me, was 25% off. And of course I accepted it because I didn't pay much for it. And this one sold for $45, and I purchased it for $1.14, and I actually profited $30.45. So I'm pretty happy with that, especially because this was a very quick flip. And at the end of the day, if we all can, go and purchase items and then they sell the next day, we would all be so happy. So this was a pretty good pickup. All right, so the next one is this pair of joggers. It's from the brand called Alphalite. I remember talking about this brand in another video on how quickly it sold. The men's item, not so much. It did get a little bit of attention on all of my platforms, so that's actually a great thing. But I just received an offer on these this morning on Mercari, and of course I accepted it because now that I've lowered my price point for the most part on my platforms, the items are moving a little bit quicker, which is great. So these actually sold within, I want to say, a month. Yeah, so I actually picked these up May 1st, so they sold fairly quickly to me, so we love to see it. And let me know if y'all pick up Alphalite. I knew absolutely nothing about it prior to finding it for the first time, and it's like, that's why it's so important. If you see something that looks like it's made of good quality, you just want to go ahead and check it out, do a quick comp, and not on Google. Go on eBay and look at the soles. And see if it's, you know, performing well. For me, Poshmark was the deciding factor as to, you know, me selling this, because now that I have hopped on eBay and I'm actually trying, I really think that it's so wise to cross list. I know a lot of people try to talk shit about cross listing, saying that it is a waste of time. You should only focus on one platform. And typically you only hear that with like eBay sellers. I feel like eBay sellers are like elitist for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, they try to let you know to not cross list, to just stick to one platform. I personally don't think that that's wise. It's just my personal opinion, because that item that you had to cheap sell on that platform, you probably could have made double to triple on a different platform. And it's like, think about this, you know? But a lot of people don't care. They just want to, you know, quick sale and call it a day, which I love a quick sale, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to how much more money I can get, that's what I'm banking on. All right, so these actually sold through an offer for $25, and I paid 47 cents and I profited $20.53. If you guys did not know, me actually paying the 47 cents was the person at the Goodwill. They kind of, you know, flubbed, and I think they charged me like a different textile or whatever it's called, I don't know, and they messed up. All right, so the next one is this Zara linen top. Absolutely loved it. Linen is just something that you can spot. It's just that type of fabric that is so noticeable. And once I saw that it was Zara is also a brand that I pick up, I want to say maybe 80% of the time. I try to make sure that I vet the style, and if the style just doesn't look like it's a good style, I won't take it. So like, I don't get excited to see this brand, but I know if I see this brand and it's a good style, then yes, I do get excited then, because I know that it's gonna sell. This is a really good fast fashion brand to resell, and they sometimes have quality pieces, so I can't be too upset. This actually got instant attention. When I was actually, I don't know why I'm folding this like this, but when I listed this one, and I, you know, did all my research and stuff, it was actually still listed on the website. So I knew then that it was going to do well. So I priced it kind of high. And by kind of high means like $28. Because I was looking to get about $20 to $25 for it. And I received an offer of $22 on Mercari. And of course I accepted it. I noticed that when I accept offers, more sales come in. So I think I ended up making like 4 sales or 5 sales, I want to say, yesterday, because I was accepting offers. So I don't know. I think Mercari was just like, let's give her a little bit of, you know, sales, since she accepting offers right now. So that was actually really nice. But yeah, so this one sold for $22. I listed it on June 6th. So that means that it actually sat for like a week. And I paid $1.18 for it, and I made a profit of $17.34, which I think is pretty darn good. All right, so this is actually from my boyfriend's personal closet. His little cousin actually goes to Oklahoma State University, and he, you know, bought this not too long ago, and he cannot fit it anymore. So what do we do when we can't fit things? We resell them. So that's exactly what we are doing. And this one wasn't listed that long. Of course, I don't have a cost of goods on this one, simply because it's not mine. So yeah, this one actually kind of surprised me. I guess it's a lot of OSU fans. I'm not sure. So this one sold through an offer. I think I had it listed at $28. That's kind of like my sweet spot number when I want to get an item sold for 20 to 25. I put it at 28. So yeah, I put it at 28 and they sent me an offer for $21. And of course I accepted it because, you know, it's not my item, and the fact that it is, you know, a college team and it's a sweater. So it's just a lot of things. There's no reason to keep it here. So I made a profit of $17.58, which seems kind of high for a platform that should only be taking 10% fees out. Anyways, I think Mercari is really just broke right now, and they're just trying to make sure they can get all the money that they can from people. But this is a Takashi Shoji dress. I actually found this in one of my reseller vlogs, and I was really happy because I remember hearing this brand from some Instagram resellers, and that's why I be thinking it's so important to kind of like follow, you know, different people and stuff, because they'll have you coming across brands that you would have never thought to look at. And if I'm being completely honest with y'all, looking at this tag, I wouldn't have thought anything of it. It looks like a cheapy brand through the label, but it is not. So I had this one listed at $85, and somebody sent me an offer for $68 on Mercari, and of course I accepted it because, you know, why is this kind of twisted weird? It's kind of odd. But yeah, so they sent me that offer, and I thought that was a great offer. So I went on and accepted it because I was looking to get around that price point, about 60 to 50 bucks for it. But it didn't sit for long. So I actually listed this on the 5th of this month, and it sold for $68, and I paid $8.03 at a regular thrift store, and I made a profit of $50.48, which I think is pretty darn good. The last thing to sell on Mercari is this NFL like sweatshirt, just kind of like a knit lightweight sweatshirt. Any type of Dallas Cowboy item that I find, I typically pick it up, only if it's like a women's or like substantial in some way. And I thought this was actually really good, and the problem is that I sourced it kind of late. So I actually listed this March 27th, and it actually just sold yesterday. So it did sell over the 90 days, but you know, beggars can be choosers. And I was actually happy because I actually got an offer on this one. Received so many likes. I mean, so many likes. I relisted it a few times and still nothing. And somebody finally sent me an offer on Mercari, and of course I accepted it. And they sent me a $14 offer. I must have had it listed at 18, and accepted the offer. They actually live in Texas, so it's kind of funny. But I paid $1.10 for it, and I made a profit of $10.38, which is decent for a, you know, a filler item. Not bad. I feel like a filler item, I want to make $10 from it. A regular item, I want to make 20 plus for it. That's like the goal, you know. All right, y'all, my Poshmark sales are really sad, like really sad. So just, you know, heed my warning. All right, so the first thing to sell on Poshmark was this Zara dress or tunic. I actually remember just you know, hauling this, so this is fairly new. Like, it's got to be like this month. I didn't even put the date on it, but yeah, so this is, you know, kind of new. And for some reason I thought this would have sold quicker and for a lot more than it did, given the fact that it's very much so that rodeo style that we are currently in. But it didn't, which was kind of sad, but it's okay. It's my fault. This is the denim line that this was a part of, but it's made out of like lyocell tinsel, if that makes any sense. So yeah, got that. This one actually sold for 20 bucks, which is not terrible. But I was looking to at least get about 28. But I sent out offers. I want to say I sent out 15% offers, but here's the catch. So last week I actually dropped all of my prices by 25% for closet clear out, and actually didn't mark my prices back up. Since we are in summer slowdown, I just thought maybe if I keep the prices, you know, lower, I could make more sales. So I ended up doing that. So that 15% off is just 40% of what my original listing price was. So it's kind of sad. But this one sold for $20. I paid $1.07 and I profited $12.91. Not bad, but you know, thought we could do better. So with my Poshmark orders, y'all, I like to always put the priority sticker. I mean, I do have like priority for, you know, eBay, but I typically use it for the Poshmark one since I'm not using their priority, you know, shipping items. These are the Slinky brand pants. These are just like some, I want to say knockoff Chico, you know, pants. I don't know. It's that same material. And I actually didn't know that they designed these for people that are technically traveling that don't need to like wash, or not necessarily wash, but like earn the clothes. So that was the whole point of this type of fabric, is to where you don't have to worry about ironing or steaming when you go on vacation, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, I think this is nice for the most part. I personally wouldn't wear it, but I know, you know, some folks like it. This is maybe my third time selling something similar to this fabric. The other ones have been actually from Chico's, but yeah. So I actually bought these April 24th and they sold for $18 and I purchased them for 95 cents and I made a profit of $13.45. So there's that. Not bad. It was a good test run for the most part. And this is just a bathing suit from the brand called Airy Ari, I don't know, American Eagle. So I picked this one up and I was really happy to find it, just because I think that this is a pretty good brand to pick up, because people do look on the secondhand market for, you know, cheaper prices for this brand. Although I feel like it's kind of affordable. So this may have retailed for maybe about $50 or $60. So this also went out for that 15% off offer, and I made the sale for $15 and I paid $1.06 for it, and I made a profit of $8.92. So not the best. Y'all are actually going to see a lot of sales for this price point, but you know, what can you do? It's time to move the inventory, especially swimsuits. I feel like after a certain amount of time, people are not checking for swimsuits. So that's why I'm not really picking them up unless it's something like a really good brand or just like a really cute style, because people kind of slow down on that, you know, when it pretty much gets to summertime. All right, so the next one is this Madewell top. Very basic, nothing, you know, too great about it, but as I said before, Madewell is just one of those brands that I enjoy picking up because it's a good closet filler now. Before it was just a great seller, but now it's just a good closet filler. And it could be a good bundling piece, although I haven't got a bundle in a very long time. And somebody's actually trying to bundle at this very moment, and they are asking for like 60 to 70% off. So there's that. But yeah, just a basic Madewell tee. I've been finding these a lot lately. The brand doesn't do that great for me personally, but I still pick it up just because I like to have it in my closet, because it does bring, you know, a lot of shoppers, a lot of likers for the most part. And this one sold for $12 and I paid $1.20, and I only made a profit of $6.01. So yeah, this is pretty much going to trend, like I told y'all, with all of these Poshmark sales. All right, so this is just a pair of cool, you know, outdoor hiking pants. These are really nice to pick up for hiking and all of that. However, I feel like I clearly overpaid for these because I thought that these sold the way that they used to sell, which I used to get upward of $40 for these used. And now I noticed that that price point is not even, you know, there anymore for me personally. So I believe I put these down to $28 because I was like, you know, I think a good $25, you know, $20 sale would be great. So they sold for $23. I believe it was an offer, so I had it listed at $28, and they sent me a $23 offer, which is very modest in my book. $5 off, no problem. And I actually paid too goddamn much for these at $9.29. So guess how much my profit was? I'll wait. Yeah, it was only $9.11. So really sad. I just don't think that I would pick these up at a thrift store. So there's that. I feel like once I became a bins shopper, these prices is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And can we talk about how overcrowded the bins are? Let me know if your bins are overcrowded now. I don't know if it's because school got out. I don't know if it's a TikTok. I don't know what the hell, but the bins are overcrowded. All right, the next one was a new to me brand. The brand is called Alpha Forward. Pretty disappointed with this one because, like I told y'all before, I end up dropping my prices by 25%. And then since it was really slow for me yesterday initially, I sent out those 15% offers, and these did not go for what they should have went for. And they sold for $17, and I paid $7.52 for them at a regular thrift store. And I actually only made a profit of $4.06. So this is a huge fail to me because I feel like I could have just waited it out to get at least about $25 for them, because I feel like it did have the market. This is a soft surroundings top. I've had this for a very long time. I guess it was just last year, and it's super wrinkled only because I ended up kind of messing up my t-shirt bin and everything was just kind of discombobulated. So this won't be the first shirt that y'all see is super wrinkled. But soft surroundings, like I told y'all, it's just, I don't know, it's hard for me to not pick it up when I'm at the bins, just because I know that it will sell. It's just the price point is a lot lower than I would like it to sell for. But now I've gotten so picky with this brand that I'll only pick it up for specific reasons, which is either the size, the style, the fabric, and that's pretty much where I'm at with this brand. Let me know if y'all still pick up soft surroundings, because I feel like I can't let it go, you know? All right, so this is a Calvin Klein dress. I picked this one up because the girls is saying Calvin Klein career wear does great, and I do have to agree. So that's why I got it. This one was listed, I want to say either at $28 or $25, and I received an offer for $20. And since this was a bins find, I didn't mind letting it go for, you know, 20 bucks. So we did. And this is a pretty quick flip. I want to say this one sold in less than a month, because I do remember like somewhat recently hauling this one. Yeah, this one I picked up May 22nd. So we got this one out the door in under a month. All right, this one is actually from a viewer. Hey girl, hey. And this is a Life is Good t-shirt. I think this one sold through the offer that I was seeing. And she came in and she got it, and we went back and forth in the messages. It was funny. But yeah, so this one sold. I think I just picked this one up. Yeah, so I picked this one up last month. It shows the 16th, and it sold for $15. And of course it was discounted shipping, so I paid $1.06 for it, and I actually made a profit of $8.92, which is, you know, not bad for Life is Good. So I try to always list mine under $20. Typically about 18 is a sweet spot for me. I know I recently heard McThrifty say she doesn't pick up this brand because it doesn't retail for a lot. So, you know, it only sells for 11, 12 bucks for her. But I like the brand. I think it's cute. All right, so the last thing to sell was these PacSun shorts. These are actually men's shorts. I picked them up because I thought they were women's shorts. But after doing, like, you know, further comps, these are for the men. And these actually sold as well for that 15% off. So yeah, I think it's a win in their book. So these sold for 15 bucks, and I paid $1.07 for them, and I made a profit of $8.91. You know, PacSun is one of those brands where it's like a hit or miss for me. So like I'll pick it up and it might do good, but then for the most part it really doesn't, like, keeping it a buck. It's a good filler for sure. Let me know if y'all pick up PacSun, because I feel like other people have luck with it and I don't. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
𝕃𝕗𝕗𝕗